It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy Monday. Guys, welcome back. It is Monday and we are back to talk about 90 Day Fiance, which I am so excited about only because 90 Day Fiance is one of those shows that I honestly can watch every single week and I don't have to think too hard about what's going on. I can kind of just rip it apart and know what's real and what's not. And that's exactly what I want to do with this episode because there was a lot of shenanigans that was going on for sure. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, show some love. I'm going to drop the call-in link now in advance. If you guys want to call in, I'll start taking callers anytime and see if you guys want to just jump on with me and recap this. I'm going to do it couple by couple, but before I do, of course, let me go ahead, copy the link, drop it down for you guys. Good morning, not paid by Monique, Miriam, Sherry, Tina, Cindy, Kim, wow, Lena, Ellie. Good morning. I haven't even had coffee. Okay. All right, guys. So I don't even know which couple to start with, but I guess probably the couple that's annoying me the most in this episode, which would be Brandon and Julia. I'm going to go ahead and bring up a photo of them because this couple is absolutely ridiculous. Only in the sense that Brandon and Julia are going through this not knowing whether or not they're having a baby, whether or not they're pregnant, and trying to figure it out, supposedly, right? This isn't a storyline. This is the show. This is what they're giving us, and we're supposed to buy it. I'm here to tell you that I'm not buying it. I'm not buying one piece of it. For some reason, Brandon wanted to go ahead and tell his parents, be upfront about the fact that Julia was feeling a little bit sick. She was getting nauseous. She felt like she was throwing up, and she thought something could be wrong. Well, most couples don't have their parents to sit there and kind of hold their hand through something like this. They figure it out together. However, for Brandon, he wanted to make sure that he was going to bring this information to his parents first because he wanted them to hear it from him. He didn't want his parents to walk past the room one day and hear Julia getting sick in the bathroom and be like, oh no, what's going on? And then all of a sudden want to put her in the car and bring her to the hospital. So instead, he thought he would give them a scare, kind of get them worked up, sit them down and let them know that Julia hasn't been feeling the best, only for her to take a pregnancy test and find out that she's not actually pregnant in the first place. Again, guys, what was the point of this if this wasn't anything but trying to come up with a contrived storyline in order to make your situation more interesting for the TLC cameras? That's exactly what I was picking up here, because if you want to talk about a real pregnancy, somebody who's really miserable, somebody who really has to have the tough conversation with their parents, we could always go over to Jovi and Yara. Jovi and Yara are a perfect example of, I think, kind of what I would not want my relationship to look like. Paranormal Witch Pixie said it's scripted. Yes, I agree. I think that whole pregnancy thing with Brandon and Julia was fake for a storyline. LOL, then Julia still doesn't want to use birth control. Chicken Cake said, I could not believe the first thing he said was, we need to tell my parents. He's such a child. I don't know. I like him, but they could have waited until after they took the test. I agree, guys. Again, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button. But yes, they shouldn't have went ahead and said that first. Not paid by Monique. Miriam, go ahead and call in if you're around. I have no words for this franchise anymore. You said it best. It's ridiculous. Again, guys, I'm dropping down the link in case you want to call in and join me for this chat. But in the meantime, let's go back over to Yara and Jovi. So Yara and Jovi are having an engagement party, and it's not quite what Yara was expecting because Jovi's mom has something bigger up his sleeve. Well, up her sleeve, sorry. She has something bigger up her sleeve. She was going to throw a party for 40 to 60 of Jovi's closest friends and almost kind of Yara's coming out party. The thing is Jovi's already 3 sheets to the wind. You can tell when production's talking to him that his eyes are like cradling back and forth a little bit like this, and he doesn't really know what's going on. And she's agitated. She's hungry. She's tired. She can't drink. She's pregnant. And she's agitated. She's agitated at the fact that she feels like Jovi has to drink all day and night, and it's not something that she saw for her future or for her baby's daddy, I guess technically. She wants to let everybody know, or at least Jovi's parents in this episode, she wants to let them know at the party why she's not drinking and having a good time, because she doesn't want everyone to look at her like she's just some BITC, you guys know the rest, So she's trying to have an honest conversation. For some reason, Jovi wants to be serious. Well, not serious, and jump around, laugh around, have a good time, and enjoy the party, because that's exactly what it is, right? A party. He doesn't want to have the tough conversation with his parents, but after Yara sits there and pokes and prods, he finally muscles up whatever it is in him, and he goes and gets his parents to come over and sit down. Finally, they tell them, and they seem like they're excited. The mom seems like she's excited. The dad's like, son, what did you just do? The mom's like, oh, no, we're having a grandbaby. And I think unless she was faking it for the cameras, because if she was faking it for the cameras, then somebody needs to give that woman a storyline, because I wasn't buying it. I felt like she was genuinely like in grandma mode, like, oh, no, we're going to have a baby and I'm excited. Again, I felt like the dad may have been on the other side of that spectrum, but I see also why Yara wanted to have this conversation with his parents ahead of time. Even at the party, sure, maybe that wouldn't have been the right time, but when is the right time for you to tell your family, your parents, your loved ones that you're having a baby? Is there some scripted, written statement in a book somewhere that we can all refer back to in case we ever want to tell our parents that we're having a baby? I don't think so. I think that her timing was absolutely fine, especially because, again, they would have thought that she looked like a total jerk. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button. I'm bringing up Miriam. Hi, Miriam.
Hey, hi.
How are you?
Let me show you snow in New Jersey, cooling things down. Do you see the snow? Yeah, it's so sad. Anyways, happy to be here.
My God.
Oh my God, you made me crack.
Why? Oh, I think you muted.
Mute myself. Wait a second.
Oh, yep, you're unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Listen, you said it best. It's freaking ridiculous. And to get a reaction from you like that, because it's so obvious. It is scripted. There's, it's different when it's really true, when they really need to get married. There's a lot of stories. I wish they did a better way in casting. Because like I said, I came here with the with the fiance visa. This is how, but my story was legit. I fell in love with my ex-husband now, but it was nerve-wracking on its own. But why do they have to do that? Why do they have to make up stories? And now they're trying to get the most outrageous couples or families. Like in this case, it's a family, right?
I think it would almost honestly be more exciting for us to watch authentic relationships, even if it didn't have like this, oh no, pregnancy scare drama. Watching them navigate kind of coming into America and I guess navigating that visa process, like what it actually is supposed to be. I think we would be a lot more interested in that than these contrived storylines.
Listen, and it is on its own, it is very there is suspense, there's everything. Because I remember I got married at 7-7. So we were supposed to go on a mini honeymoon to Greece, Santorini, and then come back because I had the appointment with the embassy in Syria so that they finalized my visa and they give it to me. And after that, we had the real honeymoon to Thailand, which never happened. Why? Because when I went to the embassy, they said, oh, we need an updated document from you, so we can't give you the visa now. So that honeymoon, the real one that I could have had, never happened. I never cried in my life like a baby like I did. So real stories have stories. It's a story. They don't need to do that. It's like they're assuming we're all dumb at this point.
No, I know. And that's the thing too, is I feel like with the pandemic and all of us, 2020 having nothing to do aside comb through every single show on Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, and everything in between, it's like we can read a room now. We know how to see what's fake, what's real, and what's not. And speaking of real, though, there was one real kind of situation, that I was just talking about. And I want to bring up the picture really quick because this couple just cracks me up. And I can't get over how much of an awkward relationship this is. She really is hilarious. He's like, they're dancing, right? And the parents are like, oh, wow, maybe they do love each other. And she's like, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. And I'm like, why don't you say it again? You know, but it was kind of shady this episode too, because we're watching and we even see Jovi's friends are sitting there getting him all amped up saying, how long is the marriage going to last? And, oh, I bet you it's going to, how long until she's free? Like, can she stay in America after you guys are married? They said so many years, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, well, that's how long I'm giving it. And then she's sitting there and he's running around the party getting like wasted. And then the friends come over and they're like, yeah, you shouldn't let him treat you like that. I'm like, what kind of friends are you?
Because you know what? I think there's more that they see behind the scenes. And although they look conflicting, they make sense, you know, because there happens a lot behind the scenes from that's my guess, that's my opinion, allegedly. But I feel like these moms, these families, they signed up for the wrong franchise. They should have been in Mama's Boys. You know, that is really, you know, like this couple and the other one, poor thing. I can't even remember the names because in my head, honestly, they all like get lumped into a big blob of confusion.
I know. Well, and that's because we're not properly invested because we're not buying the storylines. That's why. If we were properly invested, it would be a totally different situation. And you said that, you know, that other cast member needs to be on In Love with a Mama's Boy. My question is, what cast or where do we put this kind of, I don't want to say cuckoo cachoo, but where do we put her?
Where do I start with her? Oh my God.
I honestly don't know. She claims that TLC, and I want to address this because that's what I made the thumbnail about, but she claims that TLC and signing up for this show, she calls it this stupid show, has completely ruined her mental health and her life.
You know, I think she should be thankful to TLC because hopefully these episodes that she was on this season, shall I say, work as a mirror. So she sees herself. If that was her true self, I don't think so. I just think she didn't get what she was hoping for, like for her business to boom. Because from the get-go,
she said her business is doing twice as good as it was doing. So then after she came out with that statement, I'm like, well, pick your poison here.
I don't believe that for a second because no, that I don't know. Maybe that's me. I want to trust the people I'm going to get my Botox at, you know, because that can make me look really angry.
You don't trust
they do something wrong.
You don't trust this character?
I don't trust her because I think she got on the show just to promote her business, but she said maybe the more outrageous, the better. So who in the right mind want to have a relationship? So she wasn't only the sugar mama for him, she was the sugar mama for the whole family.
Right.
And, you know, that is crazy.
From a seemingly ungrateful family is what she calls them, pretty much.
Well, ungrateful family, you know what? When you give, they're just going to take it. And then don't resent them for giving in the first place. Nobody put a gun against her head, making her do that. She wanted to portray herself. She wanted them to need her. But I feel like all of that was just to support her character or what she wants to appear as in the season, because let's face it, the cost of living there is way cheaper than the US. Right. You know, so if she gives them $100, it's for her is nothing, but for them it's a lot. So,
but she said she was giving them like $1,500 or $1,500 plus a month.
See, I can say I gave you $1 million yesterday, Adam. You didn't pay me back. What you gonna ask me for? The receipt, right? Where are the receipts? Where's the binder?
Yeah, where's the binder?
Where's the binder?
I like that. No, you're right. Okay, so I am kind of, I want to just address this before we move on from Stephanie and this interesting little train ride that we're on. And Celeb Talk Guy did make a point to me last time we had a conversation. He's like, she's not even supposed to be on this franchise. This is not 90 Day Fiancé the other way. All of the people are supposed to be coming into America. And then next franchise, we'll usually we get the other way, where we go to these fun different countries and we kind of explore that side of the spectrum. But right now, he should have been coming to America. So her going to Belize, like, I don't know where she necessarily fits in, but we see her in this episode and she gets into a fight with her fiance, Ryan, and Ryan's storming out and he's going to get a cab. And I thought it was hilarious when she's like, with what money? It's like, well, that's awful.
Because she knows she has control, financial control, and this is how she controls
not healthy.
him. That's not healthy. There's no longevity in that. I feel like, gosh, I feel bad for them.
Did you think that it was a storyline, or did you, again, because I like to pick it apart, or do you think it was authentic when she all of a sudden was like, where's my mom's ring? Where's my mom's ring? I thought that was, I kind of felt like that might have been authentic because this woman drinks a lot, or allegedly she seems like she drinks a lot. She seems like by the time that it gets later in the afternoon of filming, when we start seeing the sun go down and stuff, her eyes are going down with it. And she's like, you know?
Isn't that telling for you? For me, it's like maybe a little piece of her story is true, and she focuses and obsesses on that little piece of truth, and then all the rest that she attaches is a lie. But because one part is true, so she believes it, and then she acts on it as if it's the truth. We need to get both sides here. I feel like, honestly, just from the face of it, he's way younger than her. It's a different culture. There is no way on earth that that's a real thing for her, that she's really in love with him. And she slept with his cousin, didn't she?
Well, and see, this goes back to the main thing that, like, people say this all the time, and I always point it out too, because I'm not Patty Steiner or a relationship expert.
Oh, me neither.
But when you have someone like, she is so like, Ryan, are you hooking up with other girls? Ryan, where's your phone? It's like, you haven't proved he's done anything. He's only proved that you hooked up with his cousin. So
yeah, exactly. She gave it to him.
You know what I mean? Like, you're the one who's so erratic because you've already committed the behavior. You've committed the crime. And now you're kind of like in Looney Tune land trying to make sure that he doesn't do the same thing, because if you were capable of doing it, he's capable of doing
character. Oh, Adam, she is a Looney Tune character.
She's kind of a Looney Tune character. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you put yourself on a reality TV show based around finding love with your fiance that is half your age in a totally different country where you're sending in tons of money, and you hooked up with this cousin. What are you expecting?
I think she was expecting a spinoff for herself.
Do they all expect spinoffs?
I think at least she did the investment if she really was supporting the whole family so that they all can live. Like she said, maybe that was that had the components of a spinoff. His whole family, her supporting them. But I think it totally backfired. I think she didn't get the numbers she was hoping for in her business, because at this point, everybody, I think only very few are not promoting their businesses, like very few couples. The Ukrainian, I feel so bad for him, and the girl, she's off. She looks odd. Yeah. Oh God.
Are you talking about Mike and Natalie?
Yes, Mike and Natalie. They're not promoting any business at this point, but she obviously has an agenda. She wants to come here no matter what. And she wasn't expecting to be living in a farmland or in country, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like she wanted to come here under that. I don't necessarily see, I don't want to sound like, oh, we're American and, like everybody wants to come to America. I feel like that just sounds ignorant. I don't know if she wanted to come here because it was America, or if she wanted to follow through with this relationship because she's approaching that kind of latter end of the biological clock that's ticking, that's saying like, babies, you want a family. Like, I feel like maybe that would be what's holding her and making her not want to restart all over again, as opposed to being like, I'm getting that green card. I see the green card like look in the eyes from a couple other people on the show, but
honestly,
really don't.
That's all I see from her. That's all
really?
I get from her. Yeah, I don't feel like she really loves him. I don't.
But do you feel like she wants a family or the green card?
Well, she can have the green card having a family when she has a baby, when she's pregnant.
Do you automatically get a green card if you have an American baby?
No, it's a long process, but he doesn't have kids, right? He's a good guy. He's really looks like a good guy. He really does.
Yeah, but it looks like there's like no wheels
he
turning.
would take care of her. It would be always a tie because the kid, if the baby is born here, the baby is automatically American, right? No, it's gonna be a long process for her. For me, to get my green card took like my 2 years, because
Wow.
it's a process. It's a lot of paperwork and it's expensive. So like it's it's a lot, and you really have to prove that's a real relationship. So my son was born before I got my US citizenship. I was already a mom of a US citizen, So I can totally see she doing that. I can. But like, because I don't feel like she really loves him. I don't. The way she treats him, she wants to control him, control what he eats, and she doesn't compromise. And I don't know.
He did. I'm going to bring up another caller with us too. I'm going to bring up Tea Talk with Shaw, but I'm curious because he did end up in this scene letting her know that she's ugly. She's not beautiful on the inside, as beautiful as she is on the outside. Hi, Shaw.
Hey, Miriam. Hi, Adam.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on? Nothing much.
You're with the Jersey girls.
I know it's snowing again, so
yeah.
That's what Miriam was showing us at the very beginning. She was showing us outside, and I was like, ugh.
Oh God.
Sorry, guys.
We're over it.
We're over it. Did you watch 90 Day while you were snowed in?
I did. I watched 90 Day this morning, and I was just like, oh God, it was just
what is
episode. I felt so bad for Yara. I know you guys already talked about it, but I was just like, she's pregnant, she's cranky, she's walking into this party and she's just like hating her fiance in this moment, and she really can't tell anybody.
Yeah. And I was even telling Miriam, I thought it was interesting and kind of shady from the friends who were making fun of the whole fact that Yara and Jovi were going to be getting married and putting bets on how long is it going to last. And then all of a sudden, when he was drunk at the party, they're all running up to Yara and they're like, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, he only cares about himself." Like, I'm like, what are you doing? What kind of friends are you?
It was just a mess. It was a disaster. She thought it was going to be like 10 people, the whole family, like 50 people were there. And then, Jovi's getting drunk per usual. And then she has to kind of say, hey, like, I think this is the time to tell your family because I don't want them to think I'm just being a killjoy. I'm actually really sick and I'm uncomfortable. I'm pregnant. So I was just like, oh God, I would never want to trade places.
I felt so bad for her. I really
did.
That
was,
but I was happy the fact that the mom took it well. And I was happy that Yara took the party well, because I thought Yara was going to walk into the party and be like,
yeah, I'm out.
I'm out. Like, this is annoying. I thought she was going, I mean, honestly, because she does whatever she wants. Like, she does not care if she hurts anybody's feelings. She's just very brash and brutal in her delivery. Yeah. And I'm not saying anything bad about her, but I feel like if she has feelings, we're going to know what they are.
Yeah, I thought she was going to walk out too. I really thought she was going to see all the people and be like, but I think that she noticed it was coming from a good place with the mom. So she was like, okay, they're trying to do something nice for me. It's not really what I wanted, but this is a nice family gathering. I'm not going to storm off and cause a scene. I'm just going to try to enjoy it. So
meanwhile, he got drunk.
Meanwhile, he's over. Yeah, but his friends are messy for saying that. I mean, they're already kind of
messy. Yeah,
on the relationship, and then they come and tell her, like, even his other friend, the one that's supposed to take her for a pedicure, she did like a similar thing where she's like, he sleeps with strippers and he's still doing this and that, and she's just like, well, I didn't know that. They just love to kind of, I guess, poke her to see what her reaction is going to be.
I mean, she even pointed it out. She was saying, even your friends come, or even your effing friends come to me and talk, whatever.
He's drunk there.
He looks so wasted there. That's why she's annoyed. Look at her face. She's like,
when is he sober, please? Do you have a picture of him sober?
I guess when he's working.
I haven't seen him sober.
When he just came off the airplane and he was drinking.
I mean, I think when he's technically like actually working.
I don't know about that. I think he's.
He's not sober there.
No, I think he's
no,
a
he wasn't
functional
drunk in
alcoholic.
most of the scenes.
Yeah,
I don't. Him
he's
and
just
Stephanie.
he's just
alcoholic.
a
They look a little
boy.
bit like they could be doing something. I don't know. But Stephanie actually says that it's not that her eyes are low set or something's going on that makes her look drunk or high or something. And she doesn't like that people keep insinuating that she's always drunk. But I don't.
Okay, listen, Tea Talk with Shaw.
Look at my face.
My eyes are all low set after 6 p.m. too, and it's not because my face is just genetically programmed that way. Why is your face not offset in the middle of the day when you're filming? Why does it all of a sudden become offset after dinner and a few cocktails? No, get out of here with that.
Is she
Offset.
going to blame production? That they
What is she
are
want?
drinking
Everybody
her
blames
wine?
Organic work
production.
except for her?
People love to blame production. That's the thing. I mean, they can only film what you're actually doing. Now you're on vacation visiting
Exactly.
your fiance. If you're drunk in the middle of the day, you're drunk in the middle. I mean, it's
You
happened.
just
You're
said
in
something.
Belize. Honestly, if I had a film crew following me around for a day and I was in Belize and I trusted who I was with. Now, listen, if I were on some Real Housewives of anything on a cast trip, I wouldn't be drinking anything because they're shady. But if I was out with my fiance and I was on vacation, I have a couple businesses back home. Yeah, I would start the rum runners at 9 a.m.
Why not? I mean,
You just said something very important. They just film what you actually did. That's what you
yeah.
said.
I mean, you were
So,
there. You were there the whole time. I don't know why you would. The camera's
was she there? I don't believe
and then
so.
she's asking if she should call Harris again. I was just like,
When she called the psychic friend, I was like, what are you doing? The psychic friend is going to think that you're like I don't want to use anything like slanderous or derogatory here, but the psychic friend is going to be like, girl, I know you're not having me come over and read your cards about your cheating fiance when you're over there trying to shack back up in bed with his cousin again.
I know.
Listen,
it was
at
terrible.
this point, she needs a miracle. She needs the hypnotherapist from Vegas.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
extraordinaire.
Yeah.
That's what she needs. She
Kimberly.
needs a
that
miracle.
would actually probably be good for her because she seems really confused, but the nasty way that she was talking about his family and kind of like his mom just blocked her, which I thought was great. You know, if you're going to give me the money and you're going to help us, that's one thing, but you're not going to go back and forth, like send the money back. I would never. I don't know what kind of relationship she wants with her in-laws if they actually end up getting married, but that is not the way.
You know, though, I do have to give it to a lot of these people, like just all over the world. Like, for example, Ryan and Belize. There are so many hard-working young guys out here in the streets of the United States of America, whether they're from all walks of life, who would kill for a sugar mama. Yeah. And this guy from Belize just picks one up right out of the United States. It's like, good for you, man. And she's financing the whole family, and I mean.
Yeah, she gives them and resents them for not bowing to her. Like they have to treat her like she's God or something. It's obnoxious.
You think that she's gonna show up with like 15 watches, 30 pairs of sneakers, some new clothes, and a pocket full of cash, and then be like, "Don't touch me."
I know. It's just so weird. And then she kind of understands what it is. I mean, you're paying his salary, you're paying for his mom's life, the watches, his friends, and then you're kind of like, well, I just don't want to be a paycheck to you. What?
Well, then don't bring them watches. Open a business there and employ them.
Yeah, that's
the case, you know.
Or I'll save you a ton of money. Just go on Tinder, and if that's all you're trying to get is just a little now and then, just go on Tinder. Go to now and then.
You're shady today, Adam.
That's what I'm
seriously. I mean, you're flying to Belize when there's people right around the corner who would be like, "Oh, pay my rent and buy me watches." Sign me up.
If she is paying $1,500 a month right now, that in 1 year, that means she's paying $18,000 a year, give or take. There might even be more money than that, especially in the gifts. $18,000 a year, yes. You can definitely do your due diligence. Go for that $18,000. I'll divvy it up for you. Go see a hypnotherapist. We'll sign you up for Kimberly. Go on Tinder. Go get your hair done. Get those whatever the low lights or whatever the beams are. We got to get those rechecked out.
A little shot right here. Just fix it right up. Little Botox.
Isn't it telling that she's choosing to do that with someone overseas when she could have done it for maybe a fraction of the price here First of all, I don't think she went to any high end. She must go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx and she can get a ton of stuff, brand names that they will love it. Okay. This was my hack when I used to take gifts to Lebanon, because I have a big family and they all expect gifts. That's how it is. Anyhow, but if she wanted their relationship, like, why wouldn't she do that with someone in the United States?
I mean, I guess we could ask that about every single couple too, though, because like, why would he put up with any of this, right?
Oh my God,
why would he put up with? I mean, technically, right now, I'm wondering why she puts up with him.
I think Michael is he has battered wife syndrome.
Okay, so what does this guy have?
Her.
My God.
Don't get me started on him.
Rebecca's another one. When that lady offered to help him move, she just saw red. And it's like, you know that your fiance is significantly younger than you. Younger women are going to want to be around him or just make friends with him. You feel uncomfortable because you're older, but you're with your, daughter and son-in-law and stuff. Everybody is just in a different age group than you. You kind of have to accept that.
I know, but I think she still has like that PTSD though from having that young, hot Moroccan man who she was with, who all of a sudden just took off as soon as he got his citizenship and went off with a younger woman. I feel like she might have that kind of PTSD. And not to mention, I do want to say that girl, not only was she gorgeous in her own way, like she was just a gorgeous girl, she was also very adamant about helping. Like she was trying a lot harder than anybody else at the table to help, and she looked like a little Barbie doll. So yes, if I were Rebecca, I would probably be like, get away from my man.
I have something here to say. First off, I'm not like, don't take it wrong, but like, I think he is as much as at fault as Rebecca is. I'm not defending Rebecca. She's indefensible because she's been through this ride. But being a Muslim kid from Morocco, like over there, he wouldn't even marry an older lady there because they need kids. They need to have kids. That's part of getting married. That's part of the reason why they get married. So first, he can't have kids with Rebecca, and she's older than he is, and he doesn't have a job. Like, even, did we forget that he took money out of her wallet to buy her the engagement ring?
Yep.
Like, there is no relationship there. At least I'm not going to say there's no relationship there. There's a lot of delusion on her part, and on his part, definitely. This guy is coming here for the green card. Listen, I can tell you that as a fact. I don't need to say allegedly, just because I know the culture. They would never. His family, if it wasn't for the money or the prospect of him being in the United States, I can assure you, he told his parents, I'm just going to get married to her till I get my paper, and then I will let it go. And he's going to go back there to his country. He's going to marry a girl there. She's going to wait for him 5 years till he can bring her here. This is not he doesn't have real intentions of staying with Rebecca. Oh yeah, no, it doesn't happen. No way on earth. Like, there is, like, having kids in our culture, it's common that if the woman can't get married, if the woman can't have kids, it's like a given that the husband will leave her or stay married to her and marry someone else that can have kids. That's common. And if he is the one who can't have kids, the woman is expected to stay with him no matter what.
Wow.
So yeah, that's very important aspect of having a child, and they all hope that the firstborn is a boy. Listen, I'm telling you, because I'm from that culture. It's not as bad as Morocco, because in Lebanon they're a little bit more open-minded, but even there, this is what's expected. So he is in this for the money from TLC and for the green card in the long run, and he's going to leave her just like the other one left her, and she knows better. And I think she is in this because of the TLC money, because what is her job? She's not a PI anymore.
Yeah, she's
working
in fast food. I'm not knocking what she does at all, but she's, I think most of the people who do come on TLC a lot of them usually do need the money. I mean, again, like you said at the beginning of this, the K-1 visa process is not cheap. You know, coming over here and getting your green card, this all costs a lot of money. So, you know, but I want to move on to this next couple. Just because I'm curious,
bring it.
what everyone thinks.
Oh God.
Tariq and Hazel. What are we doing here? What is she trying to do? Is she trying to get a green card? Does she actually love Tariq? Does she have this convoluted idea of what a polyamorous relationship is going to look like? I'm so confused.
Hazel came over here to get a girlfriend, and I feel like Tariq was the easiest way.
She's just telling the truth.
Times she's just like, you know, in my culture at home, it was taboo, and I really was into women. You know, she's explaining it. She's, you know, telling her truth and everything, which is great. But I really feel like she came over here I can have a better life. I can bring my son over. I can have a girlfriend, and I'll live in Tariq's house in the meantime. I can't see it for them.
Convenient.
They don't even have any chemistry together.
No, and you know, this seems like a relationship of just kind of like this man, you could tell, especially with the way that he treats his daughter, he's a loving guy and he just wants to be loved. You can tell that because especially the friends were saying that he used to run through women all of the time. And now it seems like he's looking for like a real companion, and he's obviously attracted to Asian women, right? But then for her, you see something that just seems like a little bit of a matter of convenience, only because she looks at him and she's like, kind of like blank-eyed, like, thinking in her head, like, I don't have to sleep with you, right?
The only true moments that we got from her were her tears over her son. I believe that, and
I believe
and then what else? And that she's here for the girls, true. But this is the problem. I feel like he made the wrong career move. He was one of my favorites on Pillow Talk with his brother.
Oh, you mean with fighting with the brother?
No, not the fighting. When they used to review the episodes on Pillow Talk.
No, I know, but why did you say he made the wrong career move?
Well, he left that. I feel like his feud with his brother stemmed out of, oh no, I want to be on the show again. You know, I think that's the rift that caused between him and his brother. I feel like he made the wrong decision. Stay in Pillow Talk. You don't need to be here. We all loved him there. Like he was one of my favorites. They used to crack me up. They really did. And he made the wrong decision. He's there also for the money, because when they get a lot of followers, then whatever they promote on Instagram, this is where the TLC talent is getting their money from the plugs they do on social media. It's not really from TLC. TLC at this point, they're running this show because it's a low budget for them, kind of. They don't do lavish parties. They don't like the Housewives. They don't do that. So
and they pay the couples anywhere from like 15 to 25 a couple, right?
Yeah.
So it's nothing.
It's like Chat Room and Bravo. It doesn't cost them anything. This is why they have it.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. But
absolutely.
I'm curious because you said the TLC talent. There have been some TLC cast members who have really been able to monetize off of their TLC stardom. I'm curious who you both think the two, I guess, biggest castmates to monetize off of TLC would be. I know off the top of my head who I would say, but I'm curious who you think.
Larissa?
Wait, who?
Larissa.
Oh.
I was going to say that. That was my first one.
Oh my God.
And then who do you think the second?
Second one. Oh God. Give me some time to think. Angela.
No way.
Angela.
She didn't do it. Oh no. The other one from the other way. What's her name? That the one that was faking that she's gay and she's not.
No, I think it's Big Ed.
Oh, Stephanie. Oh, Big Ed.
Yeah, because Big Ed has all his merch. Big Ed does his cameos. Big Ed charges $450 for a 10-minute cameo conversation.
You know, but when I said that, I said really with no talent. But I feel like Big Ed, he's really likable.
Yeah, Big Ed.
Kids know Big Ed.
But so is
watch the show.
Rose. Rose's like YouTube channel has just taken off. She got some like professional photos taken.
Who?
And I have to say for her, good for her, because especially being on YouTube, you can see and like just knowing, having an idea in my head of what YouTubers make and what they make per views on X, Y, and Z. I look at Rose's channel sometimes and she's like, my house tour, 500,000 views. And I'm like, you're racking up over there. Like she's racking. She doesn't need anybody's help. I bet you she's in the Philippines that we saw where she showered with her dad. I bet you she pays for the whole village to shower now with her new YouTube money. Like she's got money.
Yeah, she's like blowing up. They're probably going to build a new house and everything. She really flipped it. And the way that Ed looked on the show made her look even better. And now she has like sponsorships, huge new channel. You know, people want her to do fashion and stuff. Yeah, she's just.
Did she open a zoo for sick rats?
That's shady.
People said he killed that rat. I don't know.
Sorry, Adam.
I don't know.
It's too early. It's not noon.
No, that's okay.
I can't be shady.
Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, show some love, get us more views. And in the meantime, I'm gonna ask Tea Talk with Shaw. I'll start with you. What couple are you looking forward to seeing most next week?
I don't know. I guess I would have to say Tariq and Hazel, only because I kind of want to see where the rest of that is going, that conversation, because I mean, this is what really tore him and Dean apart, was that Dean outed her, but now everybody else is starting to see what Dean saw, that, you know, maybe she is just coming over here to get a girlfriend. So interested to see how that goes.
Okay. Miriam?
I hope Michael stands his ground, bring back his roommate. What's his name? The one that doesn't have teeth, and kicks the Ukrainian girl back to her mom. That's what I'm looking for. I want resolution.
You're talking about Mike bringing back the drunk uncle?
Yeah. Because I felt so bad when he kicked him out. Like, come on. Like, he's his family. I felt so bad.
To be fair, though, if I were Natalie, I don't want drunk uncle with the missing grill to be sitting there staring at me while he's off at work either. I don't want that.
I know, I get that, and I agree with you, but he's
gonna get Stephanie low lid eyes after like 5-6 o'clock, and she's gonna start looking like a snack.
I understand that, but the thing is, she wants everything from Michael, and she's giving him nothing. She just expects obedience. No, I mean like from her fiance. Like he has to change everything, and she didn't change anything, and she's very cold. They're very different. I just want him to leave her and find someone else, because he seems like to be a good guy. And I don't know, I feel bad for the uncle. I really do. I like the uncle more than her. I guess.
Yeah.
Uncle Bo is camping out in the woods right now. All right. Yeah. So I think for me, I'm probably looking forward to most seeing Brandon and Julia. I guess the new dynamic of what their dynamic is going to look like after having this pregnancy scare, because especially now the mom is going to be even more on alert than ever, because they went ahead and ran with this narrative, this fake narrative that they kind of contrived in their head, right? It wasn't even real. And they went to the parents, spilled it for absolutely no reason, after fighting so long in order to get a little bit of freedom within the house, even though that they're both pushing somewhat almost 30. Ridiculous. But I want to see how the parents react and see if they get any more strict. And with that being said, Habias Humor said, did Stephanie sue TLC for the bills from her own medical spa? I'll bet so.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
And then Debbie Bear said, it's called Rose's Rat Shelter. You guys are messed up. You guys, okay. All right, guys, 275 in the room. If you haven't already, hit that like button, show some love. Can we just end the misery that is Mike and Natalie already? I don't love Colt, love Rose. He needs a nice, sweet person like me. I hate Matt. Okay, everybody's so opinionated. Happy Monday, guys. And we did have a few other callers in that I wasn't able to bring in. But tomorrow, if you guys call in, we're doing Below Deck. I think we're doing the reunion with, I have to go ask Jason. Jason has everything put together now. I know, but I'll post it on my community tab. I have other videos coming today. So English Rose, chicken cakes, just call back in next time. I promise I'll bring you up. And Miriam, as always, it's a pleasure. I see that you dropped Not Paid by Monique. And Tea Talk with Shaw, can you tell us where we can find your podcast?
Yes, you guys can find my podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of those. We're there.
Well, I want to make one more statement too before we go. Guys, if you're not watching Real Housewives of New Jersey, you have to, because this is going to be a great season. And a lot of people right now, this has nothing to do with 90 Day Fiancé, but someone just wrote, Gala F, wait, does Rose actually have a rat shelter? So I think I'm either going to be doing Real Housewives of New Jersey, the recap this week with Emily D. Baker, who is the attorney, or I'm going to be doing it with Monica from All About the Tea. We're going to have to come back and find out. But I wanted to put this because you guys are talking about a rat shelter, and now all of a sudden people might actually think she owns a rat shelter.
I think we need an Instagram account for that.
If you watched Real Housewives of New Jersey, when Jackie used the analogy of Gia doing the illegal substance called the white powder, look how easily this sticks. Like, people are really like, wait, does she have a rat shelter? People are like, does Teresa's daughter actually do? You know what I mean? Like, this is the power of social media and the internet. This stuff actually sticks.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Debbie. No, Rose doesn't have a rat shelter. I was being a smarty pants. All right, guys.
Oh
with
my
that,
God.
if you haven't already, show some love, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
What a way to start my